intro.
Hello friends, in this video we will see critical path method CPM and project evaluation and review technique part. First of all, I think all of you already know how to construct network diagram, so let's quickly revise that. Here is the question. All the activities are given with their respective duration in days. First activity from node 1 to node 2 with duration 4. Here note that the red circle is node and blue arrow is called activity. According to Fulkerson's rule, we have to make network diagram from leftward to rightward only, and accordingly we have to name the nodes from left to right, as in this case from node 1 to node 10. Next activity from node 1 to node 3 in duration 1. Next 2 to 4 duration 1. 3 to 4 duration 1. 3 to 5 duration 6. 4 to 9 duration 5. 5 to 6 duration 4. 5 to 7 duration 8. 6 to 8 duration 1. 7 to 8 duration 2. 8 to 10 duration 5. And 9 to 10 duration 7. To find critical path, we have to perform two operations, forward pass and backward pass. Here I have shown the forward pass in green box. Start with 0 always, then add the duration of the activities from left to right one by one, and the node where two path converges, select maximum value. So we get the total duration 22 days. Here you should know the nomenclature of earliest start and earliest finish for each activity. Let's consider the first activity. From node 1 to node 2, earliest start is 0 and earliest finish is 4. But for activity 2 to 4, earliest start will become 4 and earliest finish is 5, and so on. Let's complete the backward pass also, which is shown in violet box. Start with the same value 22, then subtract the duration of the activities from right to left one by one, and the node where two path converges, select minimum value here to get 0 always at the start. Always remember this point. In forward pass choose maximum value, but in backward pass choose minimum value at the node where two path converges. Here also you should know the nomenclature of latest start and latest finish for each activity. Let's consider the first activity. From node 1 to node 2, latest start is 0 and latest finish is 9. But for activity 2 to 4, latest start will become 9 and latest finish is 10, and so on. Finally, to get the critical path for this network, closely look on the values of both the boxes of forward pass and backward pass at each node. And all the nodes where these two boxes has the same values are known as critical activity, and by joining all of them we will get critical path, as in this case the critical path is 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, and the maximum duration is 22 days. More various questions can be asked from this network for a particular activity like total float, independent float, free float, tail slack or head slack for any activity. Here I am giving a very simple way in which you can remember the formulas to find out these values easily one by one. Let's consider this is an activity of network diagram from which questions asked. To find out total float of any activity, simply remember the direction of this red arrow. So the formula is latest finish minus earliest start minus duration. To find out independent float of any activity, simply remember the direction of this green arrow. So the formula is earliest finish minus latest start minus duration. To find free float of any activity, simply remember the direction of this black arrow. So the formula is earliest finish minus earliest start minus duration. Tail slack is the difference between both the starting points at the tail of activity, and the head slack is the difference between both the finishing point at the head of activity. With the help of this combined image, you can easily remember these formulas. So this was the critical path method CPM. Let's see how it is different from the project evaluation and review technique part. So as we know, CPM is activity oriented, because just before we saw it deals with the critical activities and critical path. But PERT is event oriented, as it focuses on the complete event which is happening on first time. CPM is deterministic model, as we know the duration of each and every activities, but PERT is probabilistic model. As we don't know exact duration of activities, we have to work here with our assumptions. CPM involves one-time estimation because we know the exact duration of activities, but PERT involves three-time estimation because we don't know the duration of activities. Here we have to assume a range of time in which that activity can be completed. Like first, optimistic time, that is time required for the completion of activity when everything goes perfect. Second, most likely time, that is time required for completion of activity when everything happens as usual. And third, pessimistic time, that is time required for completion of activity when everything goes wrong. So this was the three-time estimation involved in PERT. There is a formula to find out equivalent time by using these three times. I will discuss that later. CPM involves float estimation while PERT involves slack estimation. Float and slack are nothing but extra time available, which will be zero for critical activities. Money is important consideration in CPM while time is important consideration in PERT. Another VIMP point is PERT follows beta distribution while the whole project follows normal distribution. Remember this point always. Now coming to all the formulas from this topic. To find out equivalent time for each activity, the formula is equivalent time equal to optimistic time plus 4 times most likely time plus pessimistic time upon 6. Next variance of each activity is pessimistic time minus optimistic time upon 6 whole square. Standard deviation sigma is under root of variance. And the last formula is probability of completion of project equal to probable days, which will be given in the question asking what is the probability of completion of this project in 10 days or 20 days etc. minus maximum duration, which we have calculated by using CPM upon standard deviation sigma. After getting the value of P, check the percentage of probability by using this table. In GATE exam, this table will be given with the question, but for SC exam, you have to by heart this table. Apart from this, remember some key points from this topic. Float is time available minus time required, and it can't be negative. Total float is maximum time available. Free float is additional time available. Critical activity has zero float and zero slack. Critical path is the path which gives maximum project duration. It has zero slack or zero float. Crashing is to be done to reduce the project duration, and it should be done on critical activities only. Dummy activity shows precedence relationships only, and it has zero duration. Fulkerson's rule tells us about numbering of events. This topic will come in GATE exam through industrial engineering subject for mechanical, production and industrial engineering branch. But in SC exam, this topic is there in project management subject in the section of engineering aptitude paper, which is common for all the engineering branch. And believe me, in SC 2018, 3 questions was there from this topic. So overall, this is one of the most important topic for this exam. Let's see the areas from the question asked. In GATE 2014, directly a chart was given containing activity list with their durations and total float of 2 activities asked. So after making network diagram, we can easily calculate total float of any activity by using this formula. In another set of this year, a network diagram was already given. Project duration and free float of an activity was asked. In GATE 2016, a network diagram was given in which latest start time for an activity asked. Let's see the IS questions. In SC 98, an activity was given with all the 4 values of ES, EF, LS, LF was given, and the question was total float of this activity is. In SC 2000, again same question. An activity was given with all the values, and total float was asked. In 2003, a network diagram was given and the earliest time of last event was asked. In 2006, directly the formula of total float was asked. In 2010, a network diagram was given containing earliest and latest time of all the activities, and total float of middle activity is asked. In 2017, a table was given containing activities with their durations, and multiple questions were asked: critical path, project duration, and free float of an activity. And in the last year, again, directly formula of total float is asked. In GATE 95, a direct question was there. PERT is assumed to be, and the answer was beta distributed. Exactly same question was repeated in GATE 16 also. In ESE 2002, the question was, PERT follows which one of the following distribution? Alpha, beta, binomial, Lagrangian. The same question was again and again repeated in ESE 2007, 2012 and 2016. In ESE 96, statement and reason based question was came related to PERT. And in ESE 2004, the question was, which of the following statements are true with respect to PERT? In ESE 2006, which of the following statement is correct regarding CPM PERT? In 2007, match the following was there regarding CPM PERT. And second question was there asking, which of the following statement is not correct regarding CPM PERT? Third question was there from this topic asking, PERT considers which of the following time estimations? Optimistic, pessimistic, most likely time, all of the above. Again in 2010, which of the following statement is not correct regarding CPM PERT? Once again in 2012, which of the following is true with respect to PERT network? And in the last year, the question was, critical path method CPM is activity oriented. In GATE 2006 question, a complete chart was given consisting activities, durations and variance of all the activities also. But the question was, standard deviation of critical path is. So in that question, first draw network diagram, then find the critical path, then add the given variances of critical activities, putting in this formula to get the standard deviation. Exactly same question was repeated in GATE 2009 also. A complete chart was given and asking standard deviation of critical path. In GATE 2009, a direct formula based question was there, asking formula of equivalent time in PERT activity is given by. In ESE 97, same question was there. Variance of all the critical activities was given, asking standard deviation of critical path. Second question was there in this year, asking probability that the project will be completed in 36 days. Variance and maximum duration was also given, but this table was not given. So you must by heart this table. Same type of question was repeated in ESE 98, 99 and 2002. In 2005, all the 3 times was given in the question, simply use this formula to find out expected time of activity. In 2008, again, maximum duration and standard deviation was given in the question and asking what is the probability that the project will be completed in 24 months. So use this formula and table to get the answer. And again in 2008, all the 3 times was given in the question to find out expected time of activity. In GATE 90 and 97, a theory question was there asking, what do you mean by dummy activity? So it shows precedence relationships having duration 0. In GATE 2004, critical activity has 0 float. In GATE 2005, a simple numerical was there on crashing of a project having only 3 activities. In GATE 2003, 2005, 2009, 2010, 2012, 2015 and in 2017 also, a common question asked, what is the maximum duration of the project? All we have to do in this type of question is first drawing the network diagram, then finding the critical path to get the maximum duration of the project. I think this is the basic and most commonly asked question from this topic. In ESE 2000, the question was, dummy activity are used in a network to satisfy precedence requirement. In ESE 2005, what do you mean by critical path? In 2007, crashing is carried out in CPM and PERT. In 2008, definition of free float is additional time available. In 2010, in CPM the project duration can be reduced by crashing. And second question was there, dummy activity is used to preserve the logic only. Again, same question was repeated in 2013 also. A dummy activity is used in a PERT network for precedence relationship. So this was the complete previous year questions of GATE Mechanical and ESE Mechanical branch only. Same type of questions came for Civil, Production, Industrial branch also. If you like this video, then click on the like button, and if you have any doubt related to this topic, then comment down below. I hope you have already subscribed to this channel, and finally, thanks for watching.